Alrighty guys, welcome to another video. Today is going to be the tutorial for this honey farm behind me. Produces roughly 3,000 bottles per hour, which is actually pretty good, considering it is quite small. Like I talked about in the last video, if you guys have not watched the showcase video, I will link it down below. I highly suggest you watch that before you try to watch and follow along with this video. It talks a little bit more about the actual farm. But all these gold blocks, I'm just going to clarify, are actually going to be, they can either be bee hives or bee nests, like this. All your bees, they won't despawn, because they are within, I think, what's it called? It's within a certain distance. I think it's like 12 blocks. If they go out that outside that 12 blocks from their bee nest, they will, what's it called? Despawn. So you don't have to name all of these, but if you are going to name them, it would be smart, or if you aren't going to name them, it would be smart to keep this in unloaded chunks. And even if you're building this farm, it would also be smart to keep it in unloaded chunks, because this farm is actually constantly running, obviously, because I don't actually have any bee nests in there. They're just all gold blocks. It makes my life easier, and I don't have to have this farm running 24/7. Actually, just to reduce some lag, I should probably just turn these off. So we are in my redstone test world, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go find a nice little spot far out away from this area, just so that we're not loading it constantly. I suggest this is what you guys do: pick a designated spot, and then that's where you're gonna keep it. All of these should start coming back. You can really face this in any direction, but always remember that the bee nests, their exit has to be facing towards where this grass block is. So what we're going to do is we'll fly out, find a spot. I'll make a schematic of this, paste it down, and then we'll do it block by block. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, just as the sun's setting here, you guys can probably notice that I am actually in a completely different world. I didn't really want to have to travel out randomly in the middle of my test world and then all of a sudden, forget the coordinates and then just have this sitting there. So I decided just to go into another world. I'll probably end up deleting it after because I already have the schematic. But it's always good to, always have a backup. It's actually funny, we're building kind of a bee farm, and one of these guys just kind of wandered in. So what we'll start with, I think, I won't even get into that. Let's just start with it. So right down here at the at your bottom, this is going to be the side that you have kind of your interface with and everything. You're going to build a little auto dropper. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to go 1 up. Redstone there, 2-tick repeater, redstone. Going into, so if we just turn, this is what you should have with a dropper. Oops. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. You're gonna go 6. And grab some of those. We'll go. Oops, a little off today. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna go 1, 2. Actually, no, we're gonna go like this. Alright, going into that dropper, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On top of that, you're gonna have a chest. A hopper going to the side of it. This is your overflow protection if your farm ever produces so much, or you're just not there and you're kind of AFK and you forgot. This is what's safe. Okay, so now coming out of that hopper going in, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I keep forgetting the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And on that 33rd one, you're going to place a hopper going down with just a little unloading station here. We can place a lever there to turn off that torch. Alright, so if we turn this off, this is what your guys' should look like. Now what we can do is we're actually going to count over MG. You're going to take some droppers, and you're going to go 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't matter how these are faced. Then you can take a hopper, put it into that, and then we're just going to do the same system. Apparently I don't have any of these on hand. Not great. It's over there, that. And turn that off. And we'll do that again. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's make sure that's the right count. Yep. And so you're going to make one more. So this is what you should have. Again, you can just put more droppers here. Does not matter how you face them. Let's go like that. I think I got this wrong. Let's go MG. Yep. Okay. Apparently we have 4. Alright, so coming 2 off of your chest, so 1, 2, you're also going to build a 4th one. Didn't realize that we had 4. It's been about a month since I actually built this, so I'm kind of forgetting stuff. Alright, like that. So each out of 1, 2, 3, 4. With your little dropper elevator here, you can actually place droppers along here. Again, this is just like making it leg friendly. Okay, we're gonna grab some chests. You can place them like this. 1, 2. I think we have cyan terracotta. Behind it, you're gonna place a comparator. This is what's gonna be our safety. And then we're gonna grab a sticky piston, some slime blocks, and a block of redstone. And we're just gonna go like this. So 4 slime blocks, and then your redstone. I think then it's like that. 4 blocks with 4 pieces of redstone on top. Nope. You're going to place 1 block. So that's what you should have. Make a corner. And then into a block. And this is what it should look like. Okay. You can place, oops, like that. And then 2 more chests there. 2 more chests like that. And grab a hopper and face it into there. This is where your glass bottle storage would be. And then what we'll do, I think, can I get a crafting table? I think it's right here. Yeah. I mean, you can decorate this however you want. Oops. It really doesn't matter. I just like this little interface. It's just some andesite stairs and some, I think, spruce. Yeah, stripped spruce logs. Yeah, just something like this. If you really wanted, and you know you're not going to visit this often, you can really just have the bare chests. Okay, then what we can do, take a hopper like that. Actually, no, we're going to go down one. So we got it like this, and then we're going to just grab some blocks like this. We're going to go... Actually, we're going to grab some droppers, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's go 6. I'll fix that. Oh, I do not have carpet enabled. That's what happens when you go into a different world. You forget that you don't have stuff already set. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to take another dropper, diagonal to this one. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're just going to build another auto dropper. Two ticks, comparator, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then observer every second. We don't need one every one because using bud powering, we're also powering this one as well as that one. And this one too, because droppers are solid blocks. So they power the blocks around them as long as they're being powered themselves, not adjacent blocks. Okay, let's go MG. So this is what yours should look like so far. You're going to take another hopper and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you did it correctly, it should line up properly. Okay. Now we're going to do the fill station for the minecart. So what you can do is you're going to go up one like this. And you go over 1, 2, 3, 4. And just flip these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a total you should have. And then you can build a chest. Oh, yeah. Like this. Oh, I can't do it, damn it. For some reason, it's not letting me place it like that. This chest is just overflow protection if you have too many glass bottles coming through. Sometimes it could jam the elevator, so having a little bit of extra storage up there is always good. Okay, let's turn this off. So this is what you should look like coming up from your dropper elevator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into a chest. Doesn't matter which way is the chest facing. You're going to go down 1 over. Then you're going to go down another one. This is where it's going to get complicated. Oh, don't worry, I'll turn off the schematic so you guys can see properly. There we go. Alright, so this is what yours should look like. From this is where we would have just left off, so you're going to go over and then down, down, and then from the left you're going to go a comparator into a torch, and then that's going to go into 3 redstone dust, into a block, into a repeater, into a block, into a repeater, and into a sticky piston with a block on its head. And then on this side of the chest, you're going to have a sticky piston facing down with a trapdoor. Doesn't matter if it's iron or not. On the very bottom. It cannot be on the top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go down 2, so you can place a block, 2 blocks underneath like that. Then you're going to go block up like that. What else? Okay. And we're going to place a block, redstone, redstone. And then a torch. Just do it like this. Alright, so this is what you should have on this one. You, of course, have just placed this block, which is 2 blocks below. You can go over 1 block into this one, which is a comparator. Make sure that you have this redstone block next to it. That's what makes sure if the minecart is full or not. Into a torch, and then we would have just placed these 2. Okay. Then what we can do is we can take a detector rail and just a normal rail. And we're going to go up a block, and we'll grab a normal rail. We can go over 2, and we're going to need these soon. Yep. Okay. So like that. 3 like this. And then 2 normal rails. Don't know why I did it like that. Okay, from that rail you're going to go 1 block with a rail on top, and then you're going to go, oops, this is really getting confusing. This is the redistribution system for the bottles. Yeah, so just keep it like that, and we're going to go this way. So you can place a block, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We'll leave it at that. And then we're going to go 23, 24, 25, make a turn, 1, 2. Just like that. Okay, and then from 3 blocks in, you're going to break that block, replace it with a redstone, so 3, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should line up there, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 every 10 blocks. And we're going to do is just place some powered rails. Doesn't matter how many, just make sure you have at least 3 on each one. And then in between that, you can just have a bunch of normal rails. And then what we can do is from that side, we can just take some glass. I'm using black glass. In order to do this, you have to place a rail, and then you have to place one like that, and then just place some glass around it. So you should have something like this, 1, 2, 3, and then you can place a little entrance there. So that's what you should have so far. Yeah, we'll go up. Alright, from this 1 block, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with a slab on top. And then you can go all the way up with the other ones. So that they're at the same level like that. This one, you're going to go 2 below. And you're also going to place a block like that, and you're gonna, when you bring this one up, you're going to do the same thing. Block like that, with something like this on top. Then you're going to place 2 solid blocks and then we're going to curve it that way. We'll just leave it like that for now, because pretty much this is a layer system. There's 3 layers, and what we'll do is we'll build 1 layer, and then I will show you where to start the next layer. So it shouldn't be too hard. And then what we'll do is we will go, what's it called? Oops. And then once I'll just tell you guys how many blocks each layer is. Actually, what we can do that now. So from this end chest, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then this is where your next layer is going to start. So whatever we do coming from this one, you're going to do on this one. What you can actually do is you can actually mimic this system. So if you want to go like this and just kind of start your second layer, I find it's always good. And you're going to go 1 there. And then a good tell or trick or indication that you're actually doing it right. It's just making sure that these return stations kind of line up with each other. Or not kind of, they should line up with each other. Another one right here. I'll just go through this a little bit quickly, or a little bit more quickly, since you guys have already seen me do it a bunch of times, at least 4. Getting confused with what I actually have here. Then we're gonna need one of these guys. Oh yeah, that crafting table that I did place back here. This isn't decoration. We'll need this to convert your honey bottles into honey, and then put your bottles in there, and then you can store your honey however you like. So just make sure you place that crafting table. It wasn't really optional. This is probably the most time-consuming part. Actually, well, no, the most time-consuming part is going to be building each of the modules. I will try to be quick about that. Because every module is the same, I might only build like a couple or even just 1 row. And then, like I said before, with the layers, it will be easy for you to identify where they start. If I just show you. I think what we did. Let's go MG. Wrong button. Again, the orientation of how you place these droppers does not matter. As long as they're over top any open hoppers, it's fine. I only ever do it because it just gives me peace of mind. I don't even like seeing the face on this side, so that's why I changed the direction. On top of all of these, you can place just a powered rail. Has to be powered, cannot be just normal one or detector or anything like that. Oop. Forgot a hopper there. What we can do is we can just do this again. Might actually just speed this up. So this will be like probably 8 times speed. So we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll just do this again. If you do accidentally drop a block, please pick it up. It's not like it's going to break anything, but you don't want to have just a random block floating in your system. Okay. So I'll just speed this up here because it's the same thing that I would have just done. It's just I want to save on time. Okay. Alright, so I would have just finished this. Sped it up quite a bit. So let's just turn this on. So we've of course got everything right. Don't worry, we'll fix that rail. What you guys can actually do now, as long as all of these return stations are turned off, you can grab a bunch of hopper minecarts and then place them on top of these. Just make sure you don't nudge them off. They are kind of a pain to craft. First of all, they're a lot of iron. Unless you have a pretty good iron farm. So we just place those like that. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 times 3, yep, 12. Okay, from all of these, what we're going to do is we're just going to hop down here and we're going to do one layer. And what I want you to do is you're going to then take what I do on this layer and you're going to do it on that one, that one, that one, then this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and this one. You're going to do it as many blocks as I do it, no more, no less. Actually, you know what? You can do it more and you can do it less. For just sake of making sure that this farm works and you're getting the same amount that I'm doing, do it the same amount. I mean, you could run into unknown issues. I haven't really bothered going as far as doing more. Plus, the more modules you have, the more bees you have, the more lag you create. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on. From these hoppers, you're going to go one block, and you're going to go down one. Redstone block, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Redstone block, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Redstone block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Redstone, then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you've done it correctly, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 redstone blocks. On each of those redstone blocks, just place one powered rail. Oops. And then in between those, just place some normal rails. And you can just place some more rails like that. So this is what you should have. Actually, before I kind of go off and I forget everything that I've said, what I actually want you guys to do is do one. Once I've built this full one, you're going to take that and you're going to go back and watch the video. Again, you can build it there, there, and there. But don't build it on the second and third levels. What we'll do is we'll go over that and how to approach it. So then we're going to go, because there is some return stations here that we do have to be worried about. So don't worry about that. Just build it for these 4 on the bottom. Alright, starting again, you're going to go 1, 2, and then you're going to place a grass block. So 1, 2, and then on the third one, you're going to go every second block. And then on top of every one of these blocks, place a flower. Apparently I can't grab that one, so we're just going to go grab a red tulip. Doesn't matter what flower you use, they're all going to get pollinated the same. So just place one in there. Make sure this doesn't, I guess. And then what we're going to do is you're just going to take some glass. Could be solid blocks. I like glass because you can see what's going on inside them. Turn this off so it's easier to see. So you're just going to do this pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just keep doing that. It doesn't matter what type of glass you use or solid block. Yeah, like I mentioned before, glass is always nice to see what your bees are doing. Probably the most painstaking part is going to be this, because you're going to be doing a lot of duplication. If you really wanted, you can just build one of these modules. You're not going to get crazy tons amount of honey, but it's a good starter farm. Instead of building a bunch of rows, you just build one row. And then you just modify this so that when I'll just talk about that later. Definitely the most painstaking part is going to be placing beehives, or beehives, not bee nests. You have to place them facing this way. If you want to do this before you place the tulips, that might be smart. If you guys are wondering what mod I'm using to do these side ones, I'm using Tweakeroo, and it's the side block placing method. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to replace these all with gold because it's easy to work with. And then what I'll do is I'll go up to the top and I'll fill all these blocks with bees. Each of these blocks should have 3 bees in it. At the end of the video, I will show you guys a proper way to fill these. If you actually want to fill these properly, what I would do right now is I would skip to the end. Watch that little segment on how to fill these with 3 bees. Make sure that they're always filled with 3 bees. And then what we'll do is we will go off and then what you can do is once you figured out that, come back and then start placing these. You have to be kind of quick when placing these. If you don't place them quick enough, what'll happen is the bees they'll shoot out, and then if you don't have blocks here, what will happen is they will just leave, and that's the worst feeling. So like I said before, I'll just use gold. I always use gold for anything that I'm gonna replace. It's an easy block to see and know that's the block I'm gonna replace, or it's an indication that there's a machine that I've been using and it is either broken and I should just watch out and pay attention. Again, the opening to the beehive should be facing the flower, but don't worry about that. Go watch the end of the video where it explains how to fill these with 3 bees. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go, we're just going to grab some slabs. Doesn't matter what type of slabs. I like using smooth stone. And you can just cover all of this. If you really want, you can just cover the top of that. I like covering all of it. It just makes it look better. Call it OCD, but I think it looks better than just having one block. Plus, the schematic will say it's wrong if I don't place them. Alright, to save on time, I'm just going to do each of these, so each of the modules is the same. Underneath each of these, what will be your beehives, you're going to place a dropper. Actually, no, a dispenser, not a dropper. With a hopper and dispenser. Nope, not a dispenser. Dropper. You're going to place a hopper, dropper, hopper, like that. Then from there you can take this and with a comparator like that, and then put a hopper like that. Let's turn this on. Inside this hopper, oh no, what am I doing? Yep, I completely did that wrong. What we're going to do is we're going to place a block, like that. You're going to place some redstone, block like that, comparator, 2 over, comparator, and then block like that. We're going to go G. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how many items. Okay. What we'll do is we'll come back to that. I gotta make sure how many items are going to be put in there. Okay, off of this block here, you can place 2 more blocks. So 1, 2. Going into there, out of there. Like that. We can then have a sticky piston, block, block, like that. Nope, apparently not. Okay, sticky piston, observer, and block. So then what you're going to do is you're going to copy this module over to every single one. But quickly, I am actually just going to go find out how many items are supposed to be in this hopper, and I will be right back. Okay, I just found out. What you're going to need to do is you can either do a couple things. You can do stuff like a shovel, anything pretty much in here, even like a wooden shovel would work. And you're also going to need 32 items. So we'll do it like that. So you could also use a full stack in 32. This just makes it so that it tricks the game into thinking that there's a full stack of items in there. Let's go MG. Yep, everything's looking good. Okay, this block here, you do not need that block. I just realized that. So now what you can do is you can take this module and just copy it over each of them. So I'm just going to do a quick little copy module. Let's go. Alright, this is what you should have. Of course, all of these modules are tileable, so they do fit together, so don't worry if this hopper's beside that. So you should, if you've done this correctly, you should be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 modules. Okay. And, oh, crud. I just realized I didn't do this properly. So, dispensers. And these dispensers, what I would recommend you guys doing now, go build a witch farm. You will need to fill every single one of these dispensers up with just plain, what's it called? Glass bottles. I know it's not super efficient, and it's really time consuming, but I mean, if you're building this farm, you're already dedicating a ton of your time to this. The reason that these have to be completely full of glass bottles is if when you shoot a glass bottle into a beehive, it'll obviously create a honey bottle. But that honey bottle then has two places to go. If it's full, it just pops out and goes to the side and then lands on top of that grass block and then can be collected by the hopper minecart going underneath. But if it's not full, what happens is that honey bottle just goes back into this dispenser. And what that dispenser then does is... what's it called? Is then the next time that it tries to shoot an item out, it could shoot out the honey bottle. It is a very rare chance, but it could happen. When this happens, what's happening is you're pretty much you're jamming the system, and if that happens on every single one, well then you're fixing. I think it's like 212 modules, which is an absolute pain to fix. So please just do it now. Fill everything up with just glass bottles. Yep, this is what you should have. Then what you're going to do is you're pretty much going to copy this over. If you want to rewatch the video again, go ahead, and you're just going to start. I remember showing this, I started from here, and what you're going to do is that you're going to do it on each of those. Yeah. Once you finish that, we'll come back and we will do the distribution system. Actually, no. Let's not do that just yet. Between all of these hoppers, for your distribution, put some solid blocks between them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to need some powered rails and some regular rails and some redstone blocks. So the redstone blocks, place them on top of the slab in line with the redstone blocks underneath. Like that. Everywhere there's not a redstone block, just place normal rails. And where there is a redstone block, place powered rails. And what you can do is you can connect this system. When you're doing the next layer, don't connect this here, just end it right there. Just like that. Okay, this is what you should currently have. Make sure if you're going to copy this over. If you are using Litematica and you're in Creative, I'm going to guess that you're probably not. Make sure that these are completely filled with. So that means 9 times 64 glass bottles. And then what you can do, just start the tutorial back again, and you're just going to do each of these rows again. And we'll see in a bit. Alright, this is what you should have. You should have 4 rows of, I think, 18. I don't remember the number. It's getting late for me. Yeah, what you should do is actually don't connect this just yet from this line. And actually, just to make sure you guys have a visual example, all of these are filled up with glass bottles. I know it's a lot of glass bottles, but if you guys have a Wicked Witch farm, or no, I don't know why I just said it like that. If you guys have a good witch farm, this shouldn't be too big of a problem, especially if you're building a honey farm this big. I would expect you guys to already have bigger farms that produce other good items. And if you guys don't have a witch farm, honestly, I mean, you guys need to get one. It's probably one of the best farms you can have in a survival world. Alright, so coming back from this first line that we would have just done, you're going to go 1, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you did that correctly, you should have lined it up with this one. You're going to go 1, 2, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. And then following the system down the other way. You're going to break this redstone block, break that, and then you're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then that 10th one should already be there. You're going to break that redstone block, break that powered rail, you're going to place 2 powered rails, 2 powered rails, and then fill the rest in with normal rails. So this is what you should have at the end, and this is what you should have at this end. This one is pretty much the same. Carry it over. I don't think I don't. Just like that. Yep. Okay, now it's going to be the painful stuff. It's going to be pretty much taking that bottom layer and you're going to be going up. What I'll do is I'll actually show you guys how I do this with Litematica. It saves me a lot of time, especially when I'm designing farms. Usually once I design one module, like in the gravel farm, it takes me really no time at all. And then it's all about connecting the different systems up. So that's what we'll do now. I'll take you guys through the process. So let's turn this off, and what I'll do is I'll go. If I'm using Litematica, I'll go area selection, and I'll make sure I've got all the area in view. Go MS, new selection. I'll go like honey layer, something distinguishable, something I can find again. And I'll make sure I select all the area. Nope, that's not gonna work, is it? What we'll do is we'll do this. We'll rebuild this. Don't do this in your world, guys. This is just me being an idiot. Save schematic. MS. Remove that schematic. Pretty much since you guys have already built these return stations, it shouldn't be too hard to distinguish where they start again. That's why I pretty much spent the extra time to show you guys where these were instead of building every single little part. That would have taken many hours. And we'll go to schematic placement. We will find, oops, let's get rid of some of this stuff. I don't think we need module, selection, keep some of these just in case. Then we'll go honey layer, load that. Alright, you guys won't be able to see the schematic because I have it turned off. So now that we bring this in close, I'll get it roughly where I normally would have it. And it's really lagging on me now. Let's go over one. Alright, this is roughly where it should be. Oh, that's pretty close. Yep. I will now place this one in. I know some of you guys might think this is cheating, but it saves me a ton of time in the long run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place that there. And we go NP, and we will remove that from both. Okay. Let's start on actually the second layer. You're gonna go over 1, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and on the 17th one you're gonna go down 2. And go down another 2. Down a second one, third. And we're all go back over this with a finer tooth comb. Okay, let's turn that off. So this is where you should end. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then we're going to go break 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go from this redstone block, you're going to go 1, 2. Place that one in there. So that's what it should look like currently. If you guys want, you can place a minecart in here. Actually, no, don't place a minecart yet, just yet. Actually, what you can do is, if you want, take that minecart. So let's actually find it. And you can place that minecart right. Yeah, I know. Just don't bother with the minecart just yet. Alright. Then we're pretty much going to do the same thing here. So from this line, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. I'll just go over this a little bit quicker since it's the same thing. I had to actually adjust this because before this was conflicting with this line. So that return station, those return stations weren't actually being activated, which means I would have probably lost a couple thousand, or actually probably about 1,000 honey bottles per hour if I hadn't found that and fixed it. So again, just going over it from this line: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17th one is your redstone blocks. Then 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 is when you start your rails. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So now if we turn this back on, not a ton left to do. Yeah, my best guess is pretty much almost everything's done. I'll just finish up this little system. Probably could have done this a lot earlier. You guys by no means have to do this. This is just me wanting to make this area a little bit nicer. And so that the thing doesn't say that I did it wrong. Definitely one of the most painstaking tasks is putting floors that or making floors with blocks that can't be clicked on. Where you have to shift in midair. It's a pain. I will move those blocks back. Yeah, if you guys don't have carpet mod, I would definitely suggest it for anyone on Java. It is a great little mod. Makes life a whole lot easier when it comes to terms with deciding efficiency of a farm and even just counting like items per hour. Alright, I didn't really go into too much depth with this because you guys can really design whatever you want based on what your building palette is. I should probably go fix this. You guys don't have to do this. You guys should already have it done, especially if you're building in survival. Oh god. Alright, just like that. Okay, let's see. I'll also give me a chance to scroll through the material list and show you guys what the blocks are. So let's go material list. Missing. Where? For some reason it's saying that I'm missing a ton of glass. I don't know where that would be. Let's go actually back. Let's go schematic verifier. Wrong state, missing block. Where are these? I don't know why it's saying this. Oh, crud. Okay, yeah, that is 100% correct. Yeah. You guys need glass between that dropper and that what is now gold, but will end up being what's it called? A beehive. If you don't place this here, the honey bottle being shot out does risk falling and being lost forever. Well, not lost forever. You can put a hopper floor there, but that's not super efficient. I am so sorry. I did not realize that I'd missed this. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll ignore that for now. Hopefully, if you guys have watched this video, you guys can take the time to go back and place those blocks. Again, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to do that. But now what you can do is you can place 1, 2 with two rails there. And then once we're up here at the top, this should actually already connect, which is nice. Yep. What you guys can do now is if you take a bunch of bottles, we'll just take one of those. You can fill up this chest. And if you guys don't want to do that, you can also fill it up in your interface here. Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's ignore that. Let's turn that on. Shouldn't worry about that. Where is this block? Oh, here it is. It's powered. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Okay. Again, super sorry, guys. I did not realize that those blocks were supposed to be there. What I'll do is I'll probably actually just put... not put this in. Should be filling up. What I'll do is I'll paste this schematic in. There's no other issues that you guys will really have to worry about other than just placing that extra piece of glass next to right here. Again, I'm super sorry I did not see that till now. So what I'll do is we'll just paste this in the world. Like that. We go MP, remove it. Alright. What you guys can now do is manually turn on all of these systems. Hopefully they all work. That's already turned on. And there we go. So now you guys can actually see the... Oh, I don't know what happened there. Need the distribution system working, so it'll fall down here. It'll be filled with a bunch of them. I love watching this. This to me is super cool. And then that'll turn on. And that'll let it go. Okay, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to see... let's go. I'm just going to grab a beehive. If you guys want to do this properly, if you are in creative, I'm going to guess that you're not. If you do have cheats on set in your world, you could do this. So facing east. Okay, so the reasons that I have these emerald blocks here is so that I know which blocks I... Oh, crap. Do I have 2 there? If you have 2 minecarts there, don't really worry about it. It doesn't really matter. They're moving quite quickly, though. That is kind of strange. You'd only ever have 2 minecarts here if, what's it called? If you use the schematic. So if those are facing east, what we're gonna, this is the fill command that I use. We're gonna go /fill. We're gonna select this block. You always have to make sure you're looking at the block. And then I have another emerald block down here. Go slash. And we're going to carry this on. We're going to go. It's important that you write beehive. And we're going to go back. Oh, nope. Bees, comma, 3. And then replace. Oh, no, I need. What's one's facing? East, comma, nope. Bees 3, replace, gold blocks. Let's make sure that, let's see if this works. Alright, looks like it worked. I've got a couple bees that already popped out. And this should actually start working almost immediately. If you guys did this properly. What we'll do is we'll just make sure that this is actually working. Making sure that all the systems are properly doing their job. What we can actually tell is if... Let's hope. Doesn't look like any bees have come out. What's going to happen is there's not going to be any real honey until we actually wait a little bit for the honey level to rise. So we're going to go slash tick rate 500, speed this up, and slash rate. So we should start to see some bees coming out. If you get a couple glass bottles in there to start, don't worry about it. Can't even tell if any of these are even activating. We'll see. Just have to wait a little bit. That's the nice thing with this farm is you don't really have to worry in terms of time. You can actually just sit here for probably about an hour before everything's ready. Let's hope that everything works. When you start seeing these pistons moving back and forth, that means that we've got something. Oh, I saw bees. I don't know why I'm not seeing... Oh, there we go. Pollinating. Pollinating. What's going on? It's really taking its sweet time. Yeah, this is actually 25 times the normal speed. So if this takes like what 5 minutes, it would actually be 25 times 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what that is converted. Oh, see, now we're getting honey. We kind of got one spill there, so we're gonna go slash tick rate, and we'll just reset it. So we should start seeing a whole bunch come in. Alright, so what we can do this. Send glass bottles there. And then let's go crafting like that. And glass bottles there. Honey there. Honey bottles there. Yep, if you've done everything properly, I know this farm was probably a pain to build. Trust me, it took me a long time to design it. I actually was tinkering with this idea for probably, well, back in like February, and then I kind of just gave up. I was like, I don't really want to do this. I'll come back to it later. Nothing's really pressuring me. Now I know this tutorial was probably hard to follow. I tried my best. I did not really want to have to place each of these or build each of these ones. It would have taken probably about 5 hours. It's a lot of time to do like each module especially in survival. So if you guys are gonna commit to building this farm, I mean, you guys are gonna have to really commit. Yeah, but it's a pretty good farm. Once it actually gets going, like it hasn't properly gotten going yet. Half of these bees probably still haven't even popped out yet, so we'll give it time. Yeah, like these guys, you see they're properly doing their job. Yeah, so we'll give it some time, and eventually this will start filling up. But till then, what we're actually gonna go do now is we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you guys how to get 3 bees in each nest 100% of the time. So what we'll do is we'll leave this world, and we'll go show you guys that. Okay. Alright, so we're back in the test world, and I'm just going to show you guys how to get beehives with 3 bees all the time. This does take quite a bit of time to do, so just be patient, but if you're building this farm, you're already going to be patient. You're going to take your beehives, you're going to place them down just like so. I don't even know why I'm crouching. These aren't a tile entity. And what you can do is you can actually just scale this up. What we'll do is this is going to be very crammed for the bees, but it will, I don't know, it'll just make sure that they go straight in. As for this size, you have to block them off as well. By doing this, bees can actually enter from the backs, but they cannot leave because the fronts are being covered. So what we do, we'll give this a roof. What you would do is you'd then spawn a whole bunch of bees in here, or breed them, preferably 3 times however many that you have, or how many beehives that you have. It's a smart way to get it done quickly, but you have to make sure that when breaking these beehives, there's no bees in here, because when you break them, for some reason, it just angers other bees. It's annoying. So we'll find bee spawn egg. Instead of just breeding them, it takes a ton of time, or a ton less time. So now what we'll just do is we'll just start breeding bees. Just make sure that we've got a ton in here. And go F3N so I can get out of here. We're just going to go slash tick rate. We're going to use the same trick. 500 is the max we can do. And eventually they're going to go into their hives. Actually, no, I guess I did forget kind of one crucial thing. Let's go F3N, and pushing me out. Slash fill. The floor in here is, I'm gonna guess, have to be grass with flowers on top, because in order to go in, they need to have pollen. Come on, let me see the block. Jerks. Grass. Grass block. Make sure you... Actually, you guys won't have to worry about that. For some reason, everything just stopped. Don't get what happened there. That to here. Slash. And then we'll go... Oh no, there's a time from when they spawn to when they can go in. Okay, now I remember. You don't really need these here. I was just being impatient. Use orange tulips. Yeah, so as soon as I did that, those little babies fell there. You can see now that they've got some pollen. They'll start going in there. Now they can't leave, so then we can just take our axe. Reset ourselves into F3 survival. We can just break all of these. Now, really the best way to know is if you can count the bees. If you use the F3, let's go back to, if you use the F3 trick, if you look up in the top left, and then it'll be, if you look at Minecraft, and then the frames, and then the integrated server, and then the C, and then the E. The E stands for entities. So now if we're looking straight up, we're not actually looking at any entities. So the best way to do this is if you do have a confined space, what you do is you put a whole bunch of bees in there, preferably 3 times the amount of beehives that you have, and you make sure that you have that many. What you can do is you can actually place 1 extra in there, or 1 or 2 extra, and then what you do is you place your beehives, have them all go in. Then if you only have 1 left over because you have 1 extra, that means that you did it correctly, and you can break all of those hives, and you can get rid of that final bee, and then you can place those hives inside the farm. That's really the only trick that you can do in order to get the hives completely full. There's no real completely safe way to get a hive 100% of the time with 3 bees in it. As long as you really have like even just 1 bee in each one, you're fine. Go kick rate. Let's turn this down. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Just had to catch up with itself. Yeah, there's really no way to make sure that you always have 100%, but this is a pretty safe way to assume that you've got it. This has been an incredibly long video, nearly 2 hours for me just to build and everything. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.